Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about using special factors to solve equations, and these special factors are perfect squares and the difference of squares. We saw them when we were doing special products, multiplying binomials, but a quick review for those of you who are in our class. This is section 21.3, page 1011 to 1019. So perfect squares are quantities that have been squared. You can write them as a plus b, the whole quantity squared, or a minus b, the whole quantity squared, written as a polynomial. So if you multiply those two factors, you get a squared plus 2ab plus b squared when it's plus, and when it's minus, you get a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. It's a lot of a's and b's. Let's take a look at an example. X squared plus 6x plus 9. So I have pluses, so I know the factors. I'm going to have pluses. So is the first, is the a squared? Yes. What about the b? Is that the square of any number? Yes. So I know that the number, this is x alone because there's no coefficient in front of there. And I know the number that's being squared to get 9 is 3. So I have x plus 3 times x plus 3. You can write it like this, or you can write it in the squared format. Similarly, when you have the minus, here we're going to have one with a coefficient, a number in front of the x squared, 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. I'm going to first take a look at the first and the last digits and see if they're squared. Well, 4 is the square of 2, and 9 is the square of 3. There's a minus here, so I know the sign in between is minus. I have 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3. To check it, to make sure, is if I multiply 3 times 2, that's 6, times 2, do I get 12? Yes, then it's negative because it's negative 3. Great. Let's try to use some of these to solve an equation. Here's the first example. I have x squared plus 16x plus 64. So I have to look at first at these two terms and make sure they're squares. Well, they are squares. X is the square root of x squared. What's the square root of 64? If you're not sure, use your calculator. But 8 is the square root of 64. 8 times 8 equals 64. Plus signs. So using that rule, I know that that's how I factor that polynomial. If I want to solve it, like we did before, I set it equal to 0, and I just use the zero product property by setting each of these equal to 0 to find out what x is equal to. Well, they're the same, so I know that x plus 8 equals 0. I have to do inverse operations, which means subtract x on both sides. Oh, sorry, got too excited there. X equals negative 8. So I solved that. That's how quick it is if you use these special factors. Let's do another example. I want to do the difference of a square, which is this one. And it says a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b, the quantity, times the quantity of a minus b. The example, x squared minus 9. Well, x squared is a square, and 9 is a square, and there's a minus. So x, and what do I have? The square root of 9 is 3, plus 3, and minus 3. So let's do this example here. This is page 1013. 81y to the 4th minus 9y squared. All right, so here we're going to factor each difference of squares. So my first question, is this a square? Can I get the square root? Well, first let's look at the coefficient. It's 81. 81, is it any number times itself? Yes, it's 9. What about y to the 4th? To get the square root, right, I divide by 2, I'm going to get y. So 4 divided by 2, that's y squared. So that's my first term, 9y squared. One's going to be plus, one's going to be minus. What about 9? Yes. What's the square root of 9? Well, 3 times 3 is 9. 3. And the square root of y squared is just y. Great. So now you factored this difference of a square. Let's get one where we can solve for it. Let's go x squared minus 144. Again, this is a difference of a square because x squared, obviously, the square root is x. And 144, if you remember your 12 times tables, the square root is 12. So I have 1 plus and 1 minus. If I want to solve this, I set it equal to 0. And now I just have to find out what x will make 0 true. So if this quantity is equal to 0, then x plus 12 is equal to 0. Subtract 0 to both sides, x is equal to negative 12. That's one solution. What about this side? X minus 12 equals 0. So add 12 to both sides. It's going to get me that x equals 12. So here I have my two solutions for x. These are actually a lot of fun and kind of neat. You just have to make sure that you know the square root of them and you follow the process. But have some fun with it and see you soon.